Hey, welcome back, guys. This is Sober Redneck coming at you live from inside my room. Uh, Hopefully, just let y'all know it's my first take on it. I did multiple little shoots to make sure the camera's right, microphone's picking up, the light's picking up. I got a tripod, so I'm hoping everything's right. I'm gonna look back at this footage. If it's good, I'm gonna post it. Okay, guys. So yeah, I'm Sober Redneck. Well, this is welcome to Sober Redneck. I'm your host, Ben, or Benjamin, whatever you want to call me. It's fine. Figure we'll just jump right into it, you know what I'm saying, guys? So, I do got index cards, right? But I'm too lazy to write down my questions. Plan on doing the interview tomorrow. I will have the index cards there. The scenery for the next episode probably be outside on the bench somewhere. Have like Mother Nature, all that good stuff. Well, before we start off, I like to say to everybody that's watched and subscribed, love y'all. Make sure y'all share it with others. Other people could be struggling. Alright, that's all I'm gonna say. Episode 2, let's go, kicking it off straight. It says, what advice would you give to someone who is struggling with their mental health but may be hesitant to seek help? Be real honest with you right now. If you're out there and you're struggling with your mental health and you don't feel like you could go to somebody, right? You can always hit me up, and I will be your ear. I'll listen. I might give you advice if you want it. It might not be good advice, or it might be dumb advice. We laugh it off. But just get it out there and talk to somebody before you do something. Trust me. It is hard. Just talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. I know you're struggling, but look, you can get through this. Remember, every situation has a solution. Always. So, whatever you're going through, there's a solution to it. We can fix it. We can work on it. Come talk to somebody. Hit me up. I don't care. I'll talk to you. I'll meet you if you're here. Anything. Just talk to somebody. Please. Alright, so question 2. How do you think we can work towards reducing the stigma of mental health in men? That's pretty tough. Not really tough, but it's kind of tough, you know what I mean? Like, us men, we don't want to seem vulnerable. We don't want to seem weak. We don't want to feel our emotions. We don't want to show emotions. All those things, when it happens to us, like we don't want to be stressed and seem like we can't handle stuff. All those things, right? All those things. We could show one thing out of everything, all of that. We'll show anger. I seen it today on the TikTok. Somebody said, men will rather show anger than all those emotions, stress, weak, anything. They feel anger, and with that anger, it builds up testosterone and make you feel like you could do anything. Look, that's not the right answer. We need to start reaching out. We need to start being a good ear for somebody to talk to. We need to be able to talk to somebody. It's okay to talk to somebody. All the time. There's people that do it all the time. Just get out there. Quit judging people if they come to you. And just listen. You might be the only person that they trust that they could talk to. So listen to them. That's all you gotta do. And don't be judgmental. We gotta stop being judgmental or calling. If your buddy, your friend is struggling and he's coming to you and you say, oh, suck it up, buttercup, or drink the Kool-Aid, or hey, you being a bitch right now. Nah, don't do that. Fucking listen to him and make sure you give him good input and output of what it is. Make sure you actually listen. forget the word for it, but it's what is that word for that? Actively listen. That's what you need to do. Actively listen, and don't be afraid to talk to somebody either. Talk to somebody. That's the main goal, I think, of today, is talk to somebody. As long as you talk to somebody, you can start making it normal. Once we start making it normal, it becomes accepted. Once it's accepted, everybody does it. So quit being tough. You ain't weak. Talk to somebody. It'll feel good, trust me. The next one is, how do you think mental health care can be made more accessible and affordable for everyone? Let's see. Yeah, mental health. Okay, this is for everybody. So it needs to be more. It needs to be more advertisement on it. Like, I've seen a few advertisement for the online stuff. That's cool and all, but like, when everybody goes to a doctor, everybody goes to the emergency room, everybody goes to the hospital, have more posters out, have numbers out, websites that they could go to. Advertise it. Like, it's not advertised. Yeah, we advertise the new drug that's coming out. We do that all the time. I see it all the time. Why can't we advertise about mental health? That's for the big people out there, you know? Big people, you know what I'm saying? But it needs to be advertised. It's not really advertised and promoted. So that's what I'm trying to do with this podcast here. Just promote. Make it acceptable. Make it normal that men could go out, or anybody could go out, talk to somebody, and feel comfortable talking with them. That's why I think about that. How do I think COVID-19 pandemic has affected mental health, and what can we do to support these who are struggling? So I would say that's when I really dove into alcohol, was during COVID-19. I didn't go to work. I was just setting up a report on my phone, you know, just checking in with people on my phone, doing Zoom meetings and stuff. I have to wear a uniform, so it was like, kind of like, I have responsibilities, but not really responsibilities. So I just drank most of the day, because there was nothing else for me to do. I think my kids were still going to school and my wife was working, so I was there alone. Or if the kids was home, I was still there, but I was drinking so I could be around them or whatever. You know, if you drinker, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you have to have one or two just to be like accepted, or like, it's gonna sound wrong, be around your kids and your family. Like, I love my kids, I love my family, but it's like that stress of having those around, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to explain. Like they stress you out, especially my family and my kids. They will stress you out. Let me tell you, my kids are, they rough. They rough. My littlest one, my king, that boy get on my nerves, but that's my king though. I love him. But yeah, it was dealing with that, so I was drinking, not getting drunk, but just drinking, getting that buzz feeling, that euphoric feeling of feeling good. So then it just, my tolerance kept going up and up, and then next thing I know, I'll be drunk all the time, or, buzzed, and there's more and more beer, more and more money coming out to try to support it. The feeling alone, being alone, not having no one there, because, wife's working, so there ain't no, like, you don't have no communication with somebody. And it was hard. Looking back, it was hard, but when I was doing it, it was fun and easy, because it was like, I ain't gotta go to work. I can sleep in, I can do this, I can do that. Nah, looking back, it was hard as fuck. I know there's people out there that didn't have nobody, and I'm sorry. But I'm here to say this: if you still don't have nobody, hit me up, talk to me. I talk to you back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too big right now. Now, I try not to be, if I do get big, to ignore y'all. I will try to comment on everything. If you comment, I'll comment back within that same day, trying to. But yeah, so COVID-19 was a good and bad, because I think they started rolling out some online therapies and stuff like that, which was good, but like I said, it wasn't really promoted. I didn't really hear nothing about it. A lot of people got depressed, and a lot of people didn't make it, you know what I'm saying? Not due to the pandemic, but due to being alone, didn't have nobody. Sometimes work or going to school is like the only thing people have in this life. And it's hard when it's taken away from you. So yeah, I hope that answered the question. I'm not too sure if it did or not. I hope it did. We cool? We on the same page? Alright. Next question. How do you think we can promote self-care and prioritize mental health in our daily lives? That's pretty easy. So it's just every person I meet, I tell them, hey, my name's Ben, I'm an alcoholic, or hey, I'm such and such Stavely, I'm an alcoholic. And then they get into, why did you think you had it? And I tell them my stories and stuff like that, and tell them how I'm taking care of myself, my steps. I gave my recovery plan, give them my steps on how I'm moving forward. And everybody I talk to, I just tell them, hey, look, you gotta take care of you. No matter what the mission is, take care of you first. You should be number one. If you feel like you're not right, hey, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Take care of you, and every person you come across, hey, ask them how they are. Be genuine about it. Like, don't be like, hey, how you doing? Like, nah, how are you really doing? How are you feeling? How are you today? Make it sound like you care. You know what I'm saying? Like, care about them. Actually care about them, and try build that trust with them. And then if you do that, it kind of like promotes itself. If I do it to you, maybe you'll probably do it to somebody else, and then it just promote itself. And just tell everybody it's okay not to be okay. Like, promote it. Like, so I think it was Friday. Yeah, I hit up one of my buddies, and I was like, hey man, you good? He was like, yeah. I said, nah, just let you know I'm here for you. If you need me, just let me know, and I'll come to you and we could talk. And he was like, appreciate it. You're my friend. I ain't gonna go into the details, but it made me feel good. I hope he watches it and hears and knows I'm talking about him. Can I discuss any personal experiences where you found mindfulness and meditation helpful in managing your mental health? Yes. So, when I started this whole sober thing, right, I would walk everywhere, all the time. I wouldn't be in this room, I would walk. And just walk along the river, walk to the next city, walk around the city I'm in, walk around the base I'm in, and just walk. And until I graduated, when I went to this program that I went to, the outpatient program, and it was like doing this meditation stuff, deep breathing exercises where you listen to somebody that says, hey, stay calm, deep breath in, deep breath out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Like, that don't work for me. That makes me mad, like mad. I cannot be calm during that. And it's proven. I put a little device on, and they were running it. I could not be calm. But then they was telling us that that's just not, there's many forms of meditation. And like my walks, being out fishing, and hanging out with friends playing golf, like that's my meditation. That's my self-care that I'm doing for me, because it relieves a lot of stress, gives me time to self-reflect on myself, reflect on my day, reflect how my week's going, and just processing things, you know what I'm saying? And it is very helpful. I would suggest look up different ways to meditation and self-care. Because I just mainly walk, fish, play golf. I'm not good at golf, but I play it. So I would just look it up. Start doing some research, investigating on how you want to do things. How do you think we can better address the issue of mental health in the military and in veterans? Ooh, it's probably a tough subject for a lot of people. Hope I don't make nobody mad. But yeah, well, you got a lot of resources out there. Plenty of resources. It's not being talked about much unless something happens and you have to go to see somebody and because you got in trouble or whatever. Now there's a bunch of programs available for you. But before that, like, it's not being promoted or broadcasted through the army and stuff, or military, wherever you want to do. Like, I know, like, these commanders and first sergeants and lieutenant colonels, sergeant majors, colonels, all those, they get briefed on it. They get briefed on all this stuff. But it's like the buck stops with them. Or they tell their senior leaders, and the senior leaders are like, it don't seem important to me. It's the mindset in the military where they think it's still like weak, or you have you're different than everybody else. No, you're not different. You're just struggling right now. So that's why I'm trying to, every person I meet, I tell them about all the good opportunities. You got ACS you could go talk to. You might say, oh, why ACS? Well, I mean, they point you in the right way if you don't want to go to. You got behavioral health. Just go in there and do an intake and all that. Just talk to somebody. You have ASAP or SUD-C if you're struggling with addiction. You can talk to them, non-judgmental. You got MFLAC. You got your chaplain. There's more. I know there is. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know all these. But you got online services. You got your buddy. Maybe he knows something that you don't know. You could talk to him about it. And veterans, I don't see much. I just know there's 22 a day. That's what they say. I don't know. That's what they say is true. 22 a day. The VA is a whole nother level. I can't talk about it, just what I hear about it. It's not great. If anybody that's a veteran that wants to jump on and talk about their experience with the VA, I'm more likely to do it. I don't care. I want to shine light on it. But the military itself does a poor job of promoting mental health and pretty much anything. They wait until we're more of a reaction force than what's the word? I'm trying to sound smart. Proactive force. So we have to get out of that mindset about it and tell our elements, our platoon, our squads, our soldiers, our Joes, and even sometimes our higher leadership. We just have to remind them that we have resources out there. It don't matter if you talk to them. The stigma should end. There's nothing negative about it if you seek help now. Don't wait until you get caught up in some situation and be like, oh, well, I got this going on, and then you now gotta go see them. Because it's way worse, especially with like SUD-C stuff. Like, if you're struggling with addiction, go speak up about it. Don't wait until you get caught, because when you get caught, you're under a microscope, and then you get caught up in more trouble. Then the hammer's really gonna come down on you. Like, really, because you already got caught once. The military gave you the tools and said you're better, and then you go mess up again. It's not good for you, man. I'm telling you right now, it's not good for you. Don't do that. If you're struggling now, go seek help. They're everywhere. If you don't know where they at, go ask your chaplain, go ask your supervisor, go ask your buddy, your friend, a stranger, just your PA. Talk to anybody you can, man, or woman, whoever. I say man, guys, because I'm talking to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be, that's how I talk about everybody. But yeah, and in the civilian world, hey, I can't really speak on that. Obviously, just hit your doctor up, tell a friend. I think most jobs have health insurance where they could like show you. I know like big jobs, like I think maybe Google and Apple, they have their own people, I think. I don't know, not too sure, don't quote me on it. But yeah, just speak up and talk about somebody. There you got online tools. Just Google, I'm struggling with depression, I'm struggling with this, and see what pops up, and something might help you. A podcast might show up, it might help you. A YouTube video. Might be online therapy pop up. Don't give up. There is always a solution to your problem. Always. Just keep that in mind. Can you share any personal experience where you found journaling and writing helpful in managing your mental health? Yeah, before I go into my experiences, I would just say in this outpatient program that I just did, there were several guys in there that we found out that they could write really good poetry. Like really good poetry. Like that's how they express their feelings. And if that's you, hey, keep doing it. It is very helpful. I've seen it help those guys a lot. Like a lot. And I'm bragging on them. Because they're some good guys. They are. But for me, journaling, I try to journal every night. Just reflect on my day. I write down what happened, what made me feel good, what I didn't feel good about it. Then I write my feelings. I write all my feelings out that I had, the major ones, because you have a lot of feelings throughout the day. I write down the major ones, why I had those, and then moving forward, like looking forward for the next stage, like some goals I had. I try doing it every night. I didn't miss like 3 nights so far, but it's all good. I summed one night up into 2 days, so it was good, and it felt good because I got to write it out and stuff. So look, if you can't tell nobody, write it down. When you write it down, you can actually, once you write it, you're not thinking about it, you're just saying what's on your mind, write it down. Go back and actually read it. That way it hits you and you process it. It will make you feel good. Trust me, get it out there. Just getting it out makes you feel good. Can you discuss how your support system has helped you? Yeah, so first I like to thank my leadership. My leadership's pretty good. I know that sounds corny, but hey look, I never expected my leadership to support me like they did. And they did. The only thing I have to say is I was in a program, First Sergeant. I was wearing civilian clothes all the time. I know this sounds petty, but man, I had my face hair growing out. You didn't have to text me and tell me to shave. Come on, man. I enjoyed it, you know what I'm saying? I looked a little rough, had my little goatee going. I understand it was the look. It was the look of it. I know it seemed bad, but hey, appreciate it. Kept me in check. Made me think about being professional and all that stuff. And that's how I tried being in the whole group. Try keeping it professional. But my leadership has stepped up, and they came up to me and they checked on me since I've been here, and I got pulled in my commander's office to talk, and he checked up on me, asked me if a bunch of good questions and stuff, and if I need anything from him, let him know. He's always there. He's very understandable. My first sergeant is too, but he's gone. So hopefully the next one's understandable too. My friends has been good too. Talking to my buddy, my good buddy that I work with here. He's been very helpful. The guy I went down to the program, he's in my unit. He's very helpful. We gone fishing a few times. He's always asking me if I want to do something. So that's good. Yeah, my friends is pretty good. My wife is, she's supported on it. She says she's proud of me and all that. My family, my dad, he's very understandable about it. He's got me. My mom, she's supported me for this 12 months. She said, but when that year's over with, she's gonna party up. LOL, I think. Laugh out loud. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. But yeah, they got me. I got a good support system. AA's been very grateful. Very, very helpful too. Just being around people that's struggling just like I am. And we talk about it, we relate, read stories out of the big book. hopefully we start working the steps, because I really look forward to working the steps. Yeah, I got a good support system so far. Very good, I would say. I hope you build yours too like that. That'll help you. How do I deal with cravings and urges? So the entire time I was in the program, everybody was talking about these dreams that they was having of them getting fucked up. I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, I won't have that. I'm an alcoholic, but I ain't gonna have those. 2 nights ago, I think it was 2 nights or last night, I had a dream that I got fucked up. And it was wild, it was trippy, man. I was like, I woke up like, oh no, like I was making sure I didn't go out nowhere. I didn't. And I was like, man, that felt so real, so real. And it blew my mind, and I was telling my wife about it, and she was like, oh, I had the same dream too. I was like, what? I was like, so I guess it happens to your support system too, like whoever you tell, hey, you doing a sober thing. It's just wild, man, just wild. So like I woke up and I was like, wow. Then I processed it and I was like, oh, so that's why I had the dream. I wanted to drink, but I didn't. But with most of my urges and cravings, I just take a step back, do that observe and describe stuff and figure out why I'm feeling this way, why I want it, what's bugging me, what's the underlying issue for me having that, and I recognize it and go through it, walk through it. Yeah, no big problem. What roles does accountability play in recovery? Accountability plays a lot. You have to be accountable for yourself. Like I'm saying, if you're in the military, you always preaching accountability to your soldiers, to your leadership and all that. Your leadership's pushing it down your throat, being accountable, checking on people all the time. You have to be accountable for yourself first before you could really be accountable for others. So just, it's like being honest with yourself. So yeah, accountability is big. If you can't keep yourself accountable, how can you keep your soldiers accountable or anybody else accountable? And my camera looks like it's leaning back. Let me just hit it like this. Maybe I didn't mess it up. There we go. Let me do it like that, right there. Hopefully I didn't mess it up too much. Really don't want to do this again, but if I will, I have to. How has your perception of addiction changed since you started your recovery journey? It's pretty easy. So before I started this, right, I always thought that addiction was somebody's choice. Like they made a choice to keep doing it. They kept doing it. And I was like, wow, look at them. They want somebody to feel sorry for them because they made that choice. And my camera keeps going back. What the heck? Oh, let's keep it like that. Maybe it'll stay like that until we finish. Hopefully it didn't mess up. Because if it does, it's going to have to wait until I redo it. But, alright, so, yeah, addiction. I always thought it was their choice to do it. Their choice. They kept doing it. Their choice was there to not do it, but they still did it. But going through this program, I realized, yes, it's a choice. Like, you make that initial choice to drink or do drugs. But then after a while, it changes chemically in your brain. And that neurological pathway becomes like a superhighway, and it's muscle memory at that point. You just do it automatically. Don't even think about it. You just do it. So it's a disease and a choice. Say it's your choice to start, but after you keep doing it, it becomes a disease because you can't stop. It can be cured. It can change your brain. So seek help if you need it. And this camera is bugging me. It better not mess up. What message would I like to share with someone just starting their recovery journey? So yeah, be easy. Somebody said in the program we went to, progress not perfection. Remember that. Because you're never going to be perfect. It's always a process. and it's a progress too. And then you're either working on recovery or you're working on relapse. So it's up to you how you portray that. That's all I gotta say. Oh, and it's not easy either. It's hard. It is very hard. But you could do it. Anybody could do it. You chose to do it. You chose to pick up that drink. You chose to do that drug. You chose to do all the stuff that you're addicted to now. You could choose not to and start changing today. It's the biggest. How has addiction impacted your life and relationships? So, thought it was good at first. I was making friends, doing it socially, and then COVID hit and it started getting very bad. Just seemed like I had to have it, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it changed my life. I was Natural Light, you know what I mean? Or Miller Lite, wherever I was on. That's who I was, Natural Light or Miller Lite. It wasn't me, it was somebody else. I was always down or angry. Didn't feel like doing nothing. I wouldn't leave the house. Get very angry, outbursts with people close to me. My relationship, it turned into he'd go get me beer, and my kids saying, hey, mocking me and stuff, saying, oh, go get me a beer, and all that. And yeah, back then I thought it was funny, but now looking back, and now when they do it, it makes me angry. It makes me mad that they perceive me as that. I'm not that. I'm Ben, or Benjamin, whatever you want to call me. And I'm a good guy. Got a good heart. And I'm just trying to mend those fences now and build those bridges of trust again with people. It's a journey. You can't change somebody's mind overnight, I'll tell you that. And recovery don't happen overnight either. It's a journey. So I'll tell you a quick story before I end it. So one of the reasons why I got into Sudsea is it's pretty funny. Well, not funny. It scared a lot of people. Let me fix this camera because this camera keeps messing with me. I hope it didn't mess up. So it all started on a Friday night, I think. Friday or Saturday night. Can't remember. I was in my buddy's barracks. Started drinking some beer, some Yuenglings. I don't like Yuenglings, but I was drinking it because it's free beer. Every free beer is good. So I was drinking it, and we had 7 or 8. We was waiting for my other buddy to get off of work. He was working late. We had 7 or 8, and I looked at him. I told my wife, and I was like, hey, I'm going out to the bill. I'm going to have one drink. They said, all right. My phone was about dead anyways. So I was like, yeah, I ain't going to stay out late. I go out, and it was one of the bar workers, Juicy Girl's birthday. So I got, for some reason, I got a soju instead of beer. And then that one soju turned into 4 or 5, I think. I left that bar. I met up with somebody. And I was talking to that soldier, and then we left, and that was a blur. The nights in and out. I remember trying to go into 1 or 2 bars looking for this guy I was hanging with. So I was like, oh, where's he at? Couldn't ever find him. So I ended up in another bar, and it was Korean owned. And for some reason, there was these 2 guys at the door. I don't know what they was doing, but it made the bartender mad. And she's 4'11" or something short. And I just remember her coming out behind the counter with her chest all puffed up, bumping into these soldiers. I was like, hey, I'll fuck you up. Get out of my club. We ain't gonna have that. Get out of my bar. We ain't gonna have that. I'll fuck you up. I know all this. I ain't scared of you. I'm Korean. I'll fuck you up. I was like, wow, that was funny. I started laughing. And then I noticed these two people, they decided to leave, but one of them could barely walk. So I was like, I need to help them. Let me help them. So I tried helping them, and I remember one of them fell down the stairs. I was like, oh, yeah, I really need to help them. Somehow, I helped them back to their house, and I passed out. I don't know what happened. I don't know how I got there. I just passed out. Woke up the next day with my pants on, one boot off, my shirt on, my phone dead, wallet still in my pocket. So I charged my phone up real quick. My phone's blowing up. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know if I'm in the same city. I don't know where I'm at. So I get out into the street. I look and I found a train station. I was like, oh, the train station. That means I'm close to somewhere. I just jump on a train and go where I need to go, and I could be good. I get out to the main strip, the main road. I said, I'm still in my town. I'm good. So I start walking. Everybody's calling me. My buddies called me, and they was like, hey, where you at? And I was like, hey, I'm coming through the gate. And they was like, oh, well, stay there. We're going to come pick you up. They mad. They pissed. I didn't know they'd been looking for me. I get in the car with them, and they getting on my ass hard. I needed it. They told me I need to go talk to somebody. My wife told me I need to talk to somebody because my drinking's changed. And all I could think about this time is I just start laughing. I'm still drunk. I just start laughing, and it pisses them off more. It was rough. They said they was gonna drag me up there if they have to. Luckily, my buddy had an appointment Monday up there, and I rode with him, and I talked to somebody, and that's how I became in Sochi. I self-enrolled, thanks to my buddies and my wife. Oh, to close with y'all, I just want to say, hey, look, be 100% honest with yourself before you be honest with anybody else. I'm gonna say that. Be honest with yourself. I hate this camera. I hate it. I hate this tripod. But yeah, be honest with yourself. 100% honest. It's gonna be painful. It's gonna hurt.